Hello. It is Christmas, and guess what? I have to change my site. Lucky me. Yeah, so I'm going high because I'm on the end of my site, and not feeling too good, And we have a bunch of candy and cookies out there, and I really want to eat them, but no. Anyway, this will probably not be posted on Christmas just for right now. Right now, for me, it is Christmas Day. Also, my Dexcom is ending, so you'll probably see me change that too. Of all days that both my sites decide to stop, it had to be Christmas Day. So, I just thought I'd show you what it's like to change your site. Oh my gosh, my glasses glare and the ring light. I'm sorry about that. I got a new ring light though for Christmas. So, that's pretty cool. So to start off, I have a cartridge and a syringe. This syringe, that syringe will not be going into my skin. It will be sticking into the cartridge and the insulin. It's just to transfer the insulin from the vial to the cartridge. So it's not as scary as you think. So I'm just going to screw that on. Stick that in there. And right now, I only need a little bit of insulin in here. I don't need the exact amount because next step is to get the air out of the cartridge. Because the last thing we want to be doing is injecting air into ourselves. That's not good. That's really not good. So we're taking all the air we possibly can get out. Have you ever smelled insulin? It has such a distinct taste in it. I did not mean taste. I've never tasted insulin. Actually, I have, but it was on accident, and I did have carbs after that because if I didn't, it like a drop flew into my mouth and I was like, ugh! Insulin has such a distinct smell to it. It's like Sharpie, but plastic. I don't know. Darby has been sitting here watching me do this. So that's pretty cool. This is my new insulin vial I'm just going to use. It is cold, so I'm gonna warm it up a little bit. That's about good. A little more insulin. And personally, every diabetic is different for how much insulin they use, but in the span of 3 days, I typically use about 170, 180 units. Each number, like 1.5 right here, that's 150 units. So units are very, very, very tiny. Very tiny. I have like a ratio of 10 carbs per 1 unit I think that's pretty much all day. Oh, I gotta get the air bubbles out. Every little bit of this insulin is so dangerous. If I put even the slightest bit too much, or my pump puts the slightest bit too much of insulin into me, it could kill me. And that's one of the scarier things about diabetes. Diabetes is annoying and then at times scary. That's pretty much sums it up. Most of the time it's annoying, and some days it's scary. Or like when your insulin stops working, or it's for some reason the vial just has gone bad or something. That's scary too, because it brings your blood sugar to new heights. Okay, so I'm just injecting this into this cartridge. This cartridge will be going into my pump. And now I have to tell my pump that, hey, I'm changing my site. There we go. It is unhooked from me. Probably one of the most annoying things about my pump would be, I mean, I love it. It's totally worth everything, but I think the most annoying part is like when there's circle knobs around and my tubing just slips around it and I'm walking and all of a sudden my pump goes flying. That gets annoying, but it's not, I love my pump in every other way. Like, I love it. So, cartridge goes into this little hole right there. You see that? Stick it in. And voila! Now you tell the pump, hey, I put a new cartridge in. Darby's been staring at me this whole time thinking I'm insane because I'm talking to myself. I thought she was used to it by now because I do TikTok every day, and half of those TikToks I'm talking to the camera. Oh, she's falling asleep. I would show you guys, but it took me a while to set this camera up, so I don't feel like doing that. And it's ready. Now we get our little infusion set, and we'll open it up like this. There's this tube that is in it, and you just have to kind of, it's wrapped around the thing, so you just kind of unwind it, and you take this end and you take the end of your cartridge and you screw them together. Now all of a sudden I'm talking like I'm teaching you how to do this. No, I'm just doing this because I have to do it, and I was like, I might as well make a video about it. Yeah. And now fill the tubing with insulin. I usually fill it for about 12 units. That usually takes up the tubing for me. But we do this so that there's insulin all the way through the tubing, so when I inject, there will not be any air. Because again, that's bad. That's not good. So now we wait. I waited until a little bubble formed at the top of this, because that means the insulin went all the way through. Next part is my favorite part. That was me exaggerating. I have a fear of needles. It's because, well, when I was younger, when I was diagnosed, when they were trying to, I don't know if it was them drawing my blood or putting an IV in. I can't remember. Place I went to, the nurse was not very good because she would stick it in, wiggle around trying to find the vein, and then she'd be like, oh, I can't get it, and she'd take it out, and then she'd stick it back in and try to find the vein again, wiggling around. Oh, that was traumatizing. So, yeah. I hate needles now. I am ironically a diabetic who has to do this to herself every 3 days that hates needles. Wow! I also hate IVs. Oh my. I've had more than one bad experience with IVs, and from now on, I literally, when I have one in, I feel so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable, I feel. Just thinking about it. Yeah. Okay. Well, while we're here, I'm going to take my old side out. I don't know if you can see that. You see that? Yeah. You can kind of see that. I'm on my toes right now, balancing. So, but this is my old site, so I just rip it out. There's a hole there, but I just kind of ignore it afterwards, and it's fine. It leaks for a little bit. Like if you're a doctor or something watching it, you're probably cringing and put a band-aid in. I probably should do that. Oh well. Time to figure out where I want to put this thing. I don't know where to do it. Okay, I think I'm gonna do that. Like my Christmas attire? Yeah. totally clashes, but it's okay because it's pajamas. I think I might do it like probably right there. Ah! Broke. Okay. So I'm setting this infusion setup. That right there is a needle that has a little tube around it, okay? So this tube around it will be the thing staying in my skin. What will happen is the needle will stick into my skin, and then I'll pull the needle out and the tube will stay. So like the needle helps insert the tube. So what I do is I pull this thing back, setting it, voila, this on here, and okay. Oh, this is the part I don't like. See, when I'm nervous to put these in, sometimes I stare at Darby, and she's so cute that I'm able to do it. She's so powerful. There we go. Oh, that wasn't a bad one. That was a pretty good one. That was actually like, I didn't feel that one. So we're happy with that. I put the cap back on so that needle's covered, but you see how the thing is gone, but the needle's still there? Yeah. That's Darby. She's sleeping now. She wasn't a little bit ago. Okay. And now I just fill the cannula. I made this on a live stream on TikTok. They wanted me to make like a little aquarium type thing. So I could put this on. I don't have any Christmas ones at the moment, so to put a patch on, what I do is I unclip the pink part, and then this is gonna be hard if my pants keep coming up. Over the hole, and I just swoosh it down. And so now when I take showers and baths and whatnot, it won't fall out right away. There we go. I decorate my patches because, you know, I hate putting sights in and I dread it so much, but making patches and being able to put them on me makes the experience more enjoyable. So last year in 2019, I spent the entire year, I did a New Year's resolution where I would color on every patch I ever put on myself. And I followed through with that the entire year. I've never followed through with a New Year's resolution before. You know how you like kind of stop doing it like 2 months in? No, that one I stuck to the entire year, and it was great for me. I really loved it. So I highly recommend for all other diabetics out there, if you really dread putting sights in and whatnot, just spice it up, have some fun by making patches and making it a fun and colorful experience. Now I'll probably cut to me putting my Dexcom in. It's me again. Same day, it's Christmas, but it's later in the day. Now I have to do my Dexcom. Yay! Kind of sad because I have to take this Grinch patch off, and it was a pretty good patch, but oh well. I'll take it off. It was pretty easy to take off because I let my arm soak a little bit ago in water, so it's not as painful to take off. Say goodbye to the Grinch. In a few days, I'm getting my wisdom teeth taken out. Woohoo! I'm dreading it. But I will be making a YouTube video on it, so you will not miss the day. Okay, so we're warning my pump that I'm stopping the sensor. And now that it's worn, I can rip it off. It always feels so good taking these things off because I mean, it's 10 days where you have a sticker on your skin, and you can't itch there because of that. And so it's, you can't really see. Yeah, there you go. You can kind of see. The Dexcom has a lot smaller of a needle. It's like a hair almost. It's tiny. So it's just right there where that dot is. Sometimes it bleeds, sometimes it doesn't. Really depends on where you put it, but sometimes it hurts, sometimes it doesn't. Hit a blood vessel. Oof, that sucks. That was just my phone alerting that, hey, your sensor expired. Yeah, I know. I'm going to throw most of this away, but I have to take this little gray thing out. Because this guy lasts for 3 months. So I reuse it until those 3 months are up. And this guy lasts for 10 days. So I get to throw that away. And of course, as always, I take some alcohol wipes. And I wipe this dude out so that it's nice and clean. Now we prepare for the next one. So we have this dude. Woohoo, right? This, 90% of this thing will be in the garbage in a few minutes. But it is very helpful compared to what they used to have. The Dexcom G5, I only ended up doing one site with because these things were scary. You see that? It is a giant needle that you manually stick into yourself and then you pull it out. Oh, the one time that I did it, it was the worst experience ever. And so that's why I stopped using the Dexcom and I went to the Freestyle Libre, which I love the Freestyle Libre. It was so cool. It's the one where it's like a little circle and you just scan it and you feel like you're some produce being scanned at the grocery store. It's pretty cool. But then Dexcom came out with the G6, so I went with them because my T-Slim has a full control IQ system where it prevents some lows and highs and whatnot. I might be talking nonsense to you if you don't know the world of type 1 diabetes. Like if you I'm sorry. This might make no sense to you. So I'll try to be better about that. Now I have to take this arm out. Don't worry, I have a sports bra underneath. We're good. We can clean off my whole arm with an alcohol wipe. That's what I've been doing lately. Where I'm like, I don't know where to put it, so I'll just clean the entire thing. I'll put it somewhere in the area I clean. Honestly, the Dexcom is not as scary as the pump, just because it's a smaller needle, so most of the time it hurts less. Sometimes it feels like a bee sting. I'm taking this little orange thing off. Well, it has a number on it. I have to put that number into my pump and my phone, and it should connect to it. So I keep that there, and now we just stick on what we've got so far. So I'll put it about there. That's pretty good. So I have it there. See, it's stuck. Now all I have to do is press the button. That was a pretty good one. And once you press that button, it just kind of comes off. So now I get to throw this away. So we have this dude. I usually check to see if there's any blood pooling. It looks like there's a little bit, but it's not bad. It's barely anything, it's just a little bit. So then I take this one and I put it in the thing and push until it clicks. And now it's in there. Ta-da! So that's my Dexcom. I do not have a patch ready. Actually, I do. Technically, I do. I have some patches that are already colorful that I don't have to color on. I just don't like wearing them very often because I love coloring patches. They're not as breathable either. We have these blue flowers. We'll do that. Okay, now plug it in to this bad boy. I did get a comment before saying I should do a day in the life of Abby and Darby, like living with Darby, you know, when we have the service dog, and I was like, that's a great idea. But I'm not doing very many interesting things with my life right now. Who wants to watch me just stay at home? So I was thinking of waiting till like a day where I have school or I have a bunch of stuff going on for that. So then I can show you guys like in public with her and all that. So it's coming. It's just gonna be later. Okay. So you see there's like a little green thing, the green clock. That's pretty much saying, hey, we're loading. We're getting there. So far, my insulin in this site change that I changed earlier has been working very well, so that's good. Okay, well, this was kind of a peek into what it's like being a diabetic with a Dexcom and an insulin pump. Thank you for watching. Bye!